Welcome on back in. We're joined by our old friend Dan Kett, one of the board members at Military Missions, a local nonprofit that sends care packages to veterans overseas and our men and women who serve and protect our country. Thank you so much for being here.
Thanks so much for having me today.
Great cause by this mission, Military Missions, of course. Can you tell us a little bit of how it got started? Yeah,
so this was Mrs. Pennington. She had a son that was serving as a Marine, and he was home on leave and brought a bunch of his buddies home. And she felt like, I've got to send something to my son to make him feel, one, that we remember him, we appreciate him, and then kind of give him a taste of home. Well, then as she learned about his buddies that he was serving with in the Marines, they're kind of what does a taste of home mean to you from different parts of the country? So that's when Military Missions was born, around a kitchen table. And since then, we're based out of Lexington, Kentucky. It's 100% volunteer driven. And 4 times a year, we do our Operation Sends, and we send parcels, care packages that include a taste of home for our men and women in the U.S. Armed Forces serving abroad.
I always say the best ideas come at the kitchen table around good food and good people, and this is one of those examples.
And by women, by mothers.
Well, yes, also very true.
Yes.
And I have to imagine it is very special for it being based here in Lexington to be able to help and provide for these men and women overseas. Whether you have a direct tie to the military or not, it is very special to know that your donation, no matter how big or how small, is having a big impact.
Yeah, it absolutely does. I mean, donations are crucial. I mean, financial donations, in-kind donations, non-perishable items, and each send is a little bit different. We try to make sure a Bible's included in each care package. And we've also transitioned a bit from the individual care packages to doing large unit care packages. So if you know someone who is serving abroad, and you can get us an address on where they're located, we will send them a care package.
Awesome.
So Operation Pillowcase coming up, the community getting involved in it, how does it work?
Oh gosh, so we've got 3 actually making these amazing pillowcases for our troops, and the goal is to make 3,000 of them.
Wow.
And
you need a lot of volunteers then.
We do, yes. There's it'll be over at Military Missions headquarters, which is over near LCA off of Reynolds Road. So tomorrow, the 21st, the 26th, and the 27th, we'll actually have sewing machines there and materials, but we could certainly use more of those materials to make the pillowcases. You can imagine the military-issued pillowcases, what they feel like. And we want folks to have something that's maybe a little bit more embroidered and a little bit more comfortable. And again, just to let them know that we're thinking about them, we miss them, we love them, and we're so grateful for them.
Event taking place 10:30 to 3 on those 3 days, the 21st, 26th, 27th, so definitely worth checking it out. And before you kind of just touched on it, but what are some of the items that people can give, if it's not money, to help send over? Because just having that sense of home, one little thing could make a huge difference.
Yeah, absolutely. So, we mentioned Bibles, hardtack candy, crossword puzzles, any kind of games, things to a deck of cards. We actually get used playing cards from casinos, so they've got the hole punched through them, but we get thousands of those every year, and then we ship them out because you get to play some card games while you're deployed.
That's
and just
neat.
things it's just really cool how, and you never know, each send we might get a large parcel of just things that we weren't expecting, and it's well, if it's appropriate, then we drop it in and we send it out to our troops.
That's great
awesome
to hear.
That's awesome.
All right, Dan, thank you so much. Everyone, if you want to volunteer, the first way to help with Operation Pillowcase is tomorrow.
Stay with us. We have the final hour of news coming up after the break.
You're watching Fox 56 News, our home